I'm gonna give you a step-by-step process on how you start running YouTube ads. From the beginning though, you wanna be in YouTube ads. If you have a product of very high order value, then YouTube ads will make sense. If you are running something on Facebook and you believe you can afford higher costs per clicks because you still be profitable and you wanna scale, YouTube ads make sense. Who is YouTube ads not for? If you are running drop shipping products, let's say, and your margins are very slim and you need a cheaper traffic source, you're probably better off with Facebook ads or TikTok ads. If you are just a local business, there are probably other things, maybe Google search will make more sense, all depending on what your type of business. But let's just say you're selling leads at scale that you get either leads that for high value items, or you are selling high ticket courses or programs. YouTube ads makes all the sense in the world. So in the beginning, how do you start? The very first thing you're gonna need is your video. Your video creative will be the most important component, one of the most important components of your campaign. Now, how do you set up your video? You wanna have a regular copywriting framework set up. What does that mean? So for example, if you Google copywriting frameworks, you'll see tons of basic frameworks come up. A very popular one is PAS, problem, agitate, solution. The first thing you want to do in your video is you want to get someone and attract their attention. How do you attract their attention? By calling them out or giving them a tidbit they didn't know about. For example, let's just say you are selling something to real estate agents and you want to explain something that your course provides. So you would say something to the extent, did you know that real estate agents that get their own listings generate this much more revenue for their bottom line? And then you go and delve into what are the problems? What are the regular problems that real estate agents have when growing their practice? Why is this problem horrible? You talk about other problems on top of those. Aside from the obvious problem of not generating revenue, it takes away time, they have time constraints with their families, it's frustrating, so on and so forth. Then you provide a solution. Hey, what have I told you? There is a way where you can be in that top 1%. It exists. I'm gonna show you how. It's a process that does this. Talk about the results. I've guided X amount of people into it. Click here to get started. If you're still not sure, you have more testimonials if you have them, case studies. And obviously if you don't, you speak about maybe you yourself or your case study. Hey, this is how I did it, so on and so forth. But to get started, I'm gonna give you this, whatever lead magnet you're gonna give them, and you give it to them. So that's a basic framework on how you start. That's videos. You can make tons of videos by breaking those videos into little pieces. You can have different initial hooks. You can have different bodies. You can have different copyright frameworks. If you do those things, before you know it, in just one day of recording, you may easily have anywhere from 5 to 25 videos to test out. And believe you me, it could be the slightest change that will make all the difference of getting the right ad cost. It does not mean you're going to sell your product better. It means you will get the person to the next step in the funnel. Now, while you're doing all this, and this is assuming that you already have the proper funnel set up, right? The whole purpose of this video is really to talk about YouTube ads and how to launch it, assuming that your funnel works. And you already know your funnel works and you're confident in that and you have the right metrics. Sorry about the interruption, but if you're someone that already has a funnel and you know you want to scale it, we're talking about 1K a day, a couple hundred a day, and you want to take it to 10K a day, then click on our link. What can you expect if you click on our link? You're going to talk to one of our consultants and we're going to see what makes sense for you. If you're someone that is a do-it-yourselfer and you want to learn a system, get on our weekly calls, learn how we come up with creatives, angles, how we do our targeting, how we scale, how we get clients to spending 30, 40K a day. Hey, you wanna give that information to your media buyer? Feel free and ask about our course. But that's not gonna happen unless you click on the link. So make sure you do that. It's totally free, but this is if you're willing to scale and you already know that you have stuff that works. Now, back to the video at hand. Once you have your ad creative, you're gonna wanna test it against the right audiences. What are these audiences? As of now, the timing of this video, late 2022, last quarter, Google's already telling advertisers that they're going to start phasing out content targeting. Content targeting has to do with placements, meaning I wanna show up on X amount of channels. It has to do with keywords. I want to show up on channels that have these keywords. It has to do with topics. I want to show up on channels that talk about these topics. So I would have told you initially, hey, you can target maybe, let's just stick with the real estate course. You could target real estate channels. You could target keywords related around real estate. And you can target videos that speak specifically to that persona that you're looking to get to convert. And you can still do it when this video comes out, but it will be phased out. So my advice is start thinking forward. And what I would do is I would start looking for custom segments. Custom segments are audiences that you can build up. The cool thing about custom segments is that you're building them, so not other people are really constructing them. And if you're creative and imaginative, you can build audiences that are very unique to you, meaning you'll have less competition. Now, the catch-22 with those custom segments is that it could be that the audience may be too small, so it may or may not spend. This is why, just like I mentioned the ads, that you want to create as many ad versions as possible, you also want to create as many custom segments as possible. How do you come up with these ideas for these custom segments? There are lots of custom segments you could work on. You could work on custom segments based on what people are interested on, based on websites they visit, based on apps that they use. But my favorite by far are custom segments based on search terms. Why? Because literally the person is looking for what you can provide. So it just makes the most sense. So from there, you may want to look at the different techniques as to how you come up with those keywords. But I would say two surefire techniques are looking for what's the solution you're providing. You also can look at what is the problem that is being solved. Another thing to look at is who are your competitors, right? So let's just say you have a real estate course and there's someone that's really big in the space and they have lots of search volume. It would make all the sense in the world to target that person first, or products related to it. You can also target products that people in your niche use. For example, I know there's types of CRMs or software that real estate agents use. So if I'm a real estate agent and I'm searching for this type of software and I see this ad that's going to make me a better real estate agent, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm probably going to listen to the ad and eventually click on it. So there are tons of ideas you can come up with. But I would work with, for example, brands that people in my niche use. I would work with competitors, people that are doing the exact type of product that I'm offering, whether it's in the person themselves, whether it's the course themselves. I would focus, once again, like I said, how do I get better? How do I become a better real estate agent? How do I get more listings? How do I become a top 1% real estate agent? These are just things coming off the top of my head. As I was saying, is the keywords that you're using, you can come up with tons of them where you have these groups of keywords. You come up with people's sites that they visit. You can also come up with publications. There's a certain type of publication or magazine that's being used by real estate agents. You definitely want to use those. So these are the audiences that you start out with. How many of these audiences you use versus how many of these ads that you test in the beginning. That's totally going to be dependent on your budget. The more budget you have, the more likely you can test these at a faster pace. However, if you're starting out, I would say in the beginning, if you're looking to grow this business and they have lots of search volume and you want to get to scale, and scale is not $100 a day, I'm talking about $5,000, $10,000 a day, then you want to have a healthy budget in the beginning. I would advise anywhere from $200 to $300 you can get away with in the beginning, at least for the first month, right? Make that commitment. Could you get away with $50, $100 a day? Yes, but it will take you longer. So if that's a pace that you can go with, they say $50 a day and spend, that's $1,500 a month, which is really not much to invest in your business. That will take you longer to get the result that you're looking for. But let's just assume you do have the budget and you want to go gun-ho, you're ready to go. I would say $300 a day is a good amount to start getting data, because your first month will be rough. Why? You are testing audiences, you are testing ads. Now, there are cases, once in a blue, somebody has this magical ad, this magical audience, and it works in a week and they can start scaling right away. But as you know in business, what will go wrong can go wrong. So more times than not, keep in mind that it's probably gonna take longer to get to the point where you need to be. So you want to test all those ads, at least batches of the ads. You don't want to test, if you have the budget to test 20 ads and 20 audiences in one day and spend $1,000, $2,000 a day, fine, by all means do it. My advice in the beginning, especially when you're figuring out YouTube and you don't know what you're doing, is keep your budget small, because you're gonna realize there's some mistakes that you made. You may have not targeted the right audiences that you wanted to target, and then you just spent $1,000, you didn't really gain the data. Once you know that your campaign is spending on the data that you want to spend, whether it's your ideal demographic, whether it's your ideal audience, then if, let's just say you're still not profitable, but you want to get more data, then you can start increasing the budgets. Once you start finding the right creatives through the process of elimination, you're gonna see certain ads are not gonna give you any leads, certain ads are not gonna give you any sales. So you're gonna start pausing those ads. You're gonna see the same with certain audiences. Now let's assume that you're still a little bit tight on budget, like you want to get to the point where you're feeding the right amount of data to the algorithm ASAP. give it a week. Start looking at the traction of what, if there's a certain campaign that's responsible for 50% of the conversions, or maybe 2 or 3 out of 10 campaigns are responsible for those conversions. Focus on those. Focus on tweaking those to the point where you figure out, okay, this type of ad and this type of audience is working for me. And from there, start looking at the placement reports. You can go to content placements where ads showed, and you start seeing, hey, these are the type of channels that are converting for me. And now you can create search audiences based on those, based on whatever the title of the channel is, based on the person that owns the channel, based on whatever topic that channel is about, and now create more. And once you start seeing that more and more of these campaigns are working, you start increasing budgets. Slowly but surely, slowly but surely. The next step is now you've gained enough information in your ad account and you're seeing these conversions. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna expand to broader audiences. What I mean by that is Google already has in-market audiences. They have affinity audiences that are already built into your campaigns, and you wanna start looking at what audience has the highest relevance within your ad campaign. And you wanna start testing that with your best creatives. Do not test this with all these creatives. Do not say, okay, this creative is good in this campaign, while this creative is better in this other campaign. Look at your account as a whole. You're gonna notice that of all these creatives that you've tested, only a few of them are performing much better than the other ones. You wanna use those to test these other audiences, and before you know it, you're gonna have many campaigns that will help you stabilize the performance, because YouTube ads, as stable as it is gonna have bad days. And if you have everything in one campaign, you're gonna have a really, really rough day that day. But you have all these other campaigns, you're scaling horizontally, you keep increasing budgets vertically, and you only do this once you're seeing exceptional performance. You don't do this if you're barely making it, because if you're barely making money at a certain level, you're not gonna make more money once you increase the budgets, right? So once you're seeing awesome performance, you continue to increase the budgets. In the meanwhile, you're going back to step one. You're creating more ads. Why? Eventually, your ads will fatigue. People will get tired of seeing them. People will start clicking them. Your costs will go higher, and they will eventually start losing their level of profitability. Why? Because you are increasing your spend, you're increasing your exposure, and that's just how it works. Ad blindness kicks in. So understand that. If you have all these things moving along, before you know it, you may have had a horrible month 1, you may have had a horrible month 2, but month 3 or month 4, all of a sudden you find yourself spending 5, 10K a day, and you're making good profits on YouTube. I am telling you, you follow that system, that's how you start YouTube ads in 2022. It really is that simple. Now, if you want tips and tricks regarding how to make the ad creatives, how to create audiences, all the things that I mentioned in this video, feel free to check out the rest of the videos in this channel. But if you want a shortcut, you want the cheat sheet, if you really want to get to where I'm talking about sooner than later, hey, book a call. It's totally free. Click on the link and see if we can help you out.